Welcome to Super Happy Dragon Lucky. The show will begin momentarily. Now, more than ever, our data is at risk. Our supply chains are in jeopardy. Our systems are broken, and businesses feel powerless. Dragonchain gives you a different way, a safer way, a better way, and you have power over your data. Dragonchain gives you proof in an untrusted world. Build now at Dragonchain.com, America's blockchain.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Super Happy Dragon Lucky episode 67. It's the 104th episode. We've been doing this show now weekly for over 2 years. Giving weekly updates on Dragonchain and Den and anything related to blockchain that we're interested in. So thanks for joining. Stay tuned after the short update for a special guest, the founder of India Blockchain Alliance, Raj Kapoor. Should be a good short talk and good info on what they're doing over there. Lots of updates. I can't even keep up with all of them. This week on Number Go Up, the number of global cyber attacks, imagine that. They will only increase, right? Businesses need to start paying attention, I would say, and take action. So next update, a reminder, Dragonchain is the only proven way to secure your supply chains and data management systems well into the future, quantum safe, and some very good structural integrity to decentralize your proof, to know that your data is good, and to protect it, and to do other very interesting things with your systems. Check out our Digital Fortress blog. It covers all the ways that we make this possible. A lot of good info in there, and we actually are working on a few new things as well to put out that will be very interesting in that space. So take a look at that, share it, do all of the things that you would do with content. Next update, Den.Social. We have a few user interface, user experience updates that went out recently, particularly around tagging. And there should be some things that help it make it a little more understandable and a little more usable. It's an interesting thing because a lot of what we're doing is brand new, so there's not anything like it. So we've had to come up with some unique user interface components, and go check that out, see how it works out. Right now, top priorities for Den.Social are farming. That is underway. We have some very interesting features and some things that haven't been done in the DeFi world around that. We have the mobile app that is in testing now that we hope to get into the production app stores soon. And we're also working pretty heavily on developing an economic reputation component that would help evaluators determine another dimension of value on content. And so there's more to be said about that. It's a very abstract concept and hard to describe, but we'll write up a big piece about it once we have everything moving. So that is all we have for updates. We'll be right back after this with our guest.
But why, some say, the moon? Why choose this as our goal? And they may well ask, why climb the highest mountain? Why 35 years ago, fly the Atlantic? We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other thing. Not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win. We choose to go to the moon.
All right, everyone. Please welcome Raj Kapoor, founder of the India Blockchain Alliance, the IBA. So Raj, welcome to the show. Can you give an introduction? Tell us about yourself.
Well, all right, I'll try. Okay. Well, let me tell you, my name is Raj Kapoor, and amongst many other things, my first and current passion, and probably, but the passion for my last innings now is going to be blockchain. I love technology, yes, and I've been in this space for a long, long time now in blockchain, especially last 10 years now, almost 10 years. So they call me the grandfather of blockchain here. But more important, I think Trey gave me another title, by the way, Joe, if you don't know. Trey actually gave me a title when I had posted something on LinkedIn, and he says, you're no longer grandfather of blockchain, you're godfather of blockchain. So I thought, oh, that's nice. So I whipped out my gun and said, that sounds a little cool, better than the grandfather part. But that credit goes to Trey, by the way, right?
Very good. Very good.
So now I've got two titles, the grandfather and the godfather. Both work for me depending on which situation I am. Anyways, I've been in this space for a long time. Yes, I've seen the actual progression of how blockchain has now emerged from just the thought of crypto into something more tangible, because I always believe that when I myself went into it for the Bitcoin, and as I always tell my friends, guys, I went in for the speculation, but I've stayed back for the revolution, and that's exactly what we should all do. The revolution is blockchain, it's not crypto. Crypto is a great use case, we love it, yeah, we hate it, yeah, not a problem. But it's the revolution, that's really what we know. So when I actually got into this, I made it my mission to bring blockchain to a nation which is very tech savvy, but no idea what blockchain, apart from Bitcoin. Not everybody knows. Not everybody in India knows.
Right.
However, my idea was to bring blockchain to India and bring it to the last common denominator. I wanted everybody to understand it because I loved it. And I said, we need this in a nation such as ours. We are an aspiring superpower, and we're taking a lot of strides towards that direction now. Blockchain is going to only fast forward that, and that's my belief. And I know that I'm right in this, at least. So that's what I'm doing. Enjoying working with corporates, working with institutions, working with government, and more important, enjoying. It's like McDonald's says, I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Right on. We're gonna get taken down for that now. No joking. By the way, I totally agree. It's actually pretty refreshing because too many people don't even think past either the speculation or even the financial use cases, right? I mean, and when we first started talking with you, that was something that really caught my attention and interested me, because that's what we've been saying for a long time, and it's always good when you can join up with somebody that agrees and is on the same path. So, okay, so I have a set of questions here. I'm not the best interviewer, so apologies in advance, right?
We're having a casual, we're having a chat, so it's cool. I'm fine.
Yes. It's like I'll keep my day job, but so here we go. What are all of the components or the features that are being built with the IBA, with the India Blockchain Alliance? What's the big picture?
All right. See, I'll break it up into ideas into 4 pillars or 4 silos, whichever way you want to look at it. I call them pillars because pillars are more they support something, and that's what we are standing here for, to support the nation. The first, and I believe that, and literally I call it my Genesis block, so to speak. My Genesis block is the institutions, is the education. We all, because blockchain is so new and so little known about it, everybody rushes into blockchain from a different window or a different door. Yeah. All right, somebody talks about Polkadot, somebody talks about crypto, somebody talks about Ether, somebody talks about swap, pancakes, all sorts of things. I hear all sorts of things.
Right.
But actually, we really don't come in from the ground floor. You're getting in at different levels. So to make it a level playing field. Literally, I said, let's get a resource pool of people who understand blockchain at the very core. So we actually started doing a lot of programs, and that's my first core. My first pillar is institutions and education. We work with more than 100 institutions across the country now, and of course, as you know, we're doing a lot of things now. We are bringing in Dragonchain into the institutional framework of ours also, because we believe in that chain. Also, the idea is to give them hands-on learning, hands-on activities, projects, little internships, mentorship, webinars, hackathons, the whole 9 yards. We set up the center of excellence for them so they can get their hands dirty and they don't have to fear everything. They don't have to say, oh, I can't understand blockchain. It's actually, blockchain is not just an information technology, it's an institutional technology. I've always believed that.
Mm-hmm.
I always say, and whenever I speak, I always say it's institutional because it has the power to do a lot of things for you as an institution does. Like a government is an institution. I even give a simple example. An education, a college or a university is an institution. You'll have people come and go. You'll have students come and go. You'll have faculty come and go. But the institution always remains where it is. Blockchain is just exactly the same. It's not much different. So I believe that. So the Genesis block starts right there. In fact, you'll be very happy to know I have been drafted recently by an organization to create programs for schools, young adults in schools now. That's the very first in India. It's never happened before. Never happened. It just happened about a couple of weeks back. So I'm still in talks. I just want to understand what they need. But anyways, that's how now it has come. 2 years back, not a single soul would talk about blockchain in India. They all talk crypto, yes, but not blockchain. Very few. Just a handful. So that's the Genesis block. That's the first pillar. The second pillar are the corporates. It's corporate India. Why? Because they are the fastest adapters. They have understood the value of blockchain. However, they don't know how to navigate the blockchain imbroglio, as I call it. They call it an imbroglio. They don't know what to navigate. Where to get in? Do we need it? Do I need to get in huge investments? Is there going to be an ROI? Who's going to do it for me? I don't have the developers. I don't have people. Is this workflow process, is it going to impact my workflows, my people? There's always a fear of change.
Yes.
So we actually work with corporates to tell them why change is good. Change is good. How, when, what, where, why, all these questions we help them answer. So we do a lot of advisory work with corporates, because unless you don't advise them or train them and then train them, and the training is not bottom up, it's top down. So we do a lot of training with the CXO suite, so to speak. We know these guys are the guys who have to drive the business. So if they are sold onto blockchain, or they are convinced that blockchain can actually have a positive impact on their industry, on the organization, enterprise, then it percolates down. Then it's fantastic. So we're working with some of the large names in India, large, small, everything. As a subset of the corporate sector, we also do a lot of work with startups now. Startups are big in India. Startups is the next big wave, so to speak. And I work with a lot of startups. I work with them, advising them on whether blockchain is required for your product/solution/platform, and whether it's going to take you further. Is there a product lifecycle enhancement because of that or no? And also help them. And that's one thing we do, not only in Indian startups. I do a lot of work with international startups as well. In fact, now I'm probably on the board of about 20 odd startups already now. Wow. And out of them, 30% are not from India. So this is 30-70%. So we advise them, that's one. I help them actually do a go-to-market strategy. Example, we have got a couple of startups one is in the United States, one is in UK. They want to come to India. They don't know the Indian markets. So I help them navigate not just their own markets, but even markets like India, which is a large market and a burgeoning market at this point of time. And it's going to be like this for the next 10 years in this space. Right. So we help corporates, yes, we help startups in the same way. So not only do I advise them, I'm a board advisor to them, some of them. I work with them very closely. And I enjoy that because we get a lot of fresh perspectives from the youngsters also. So the grandfather must he must get pampered by the grandkids as well. So that's all that is required. So that's why I do that. So that's my second pillar. So we have institution, we have corporate. The third is a very essential is the government, because post-COVID, the government is probably the largest entity with money, with funds, and they need to deploy it smartly. And smart, that comes through technologies. And one of them is blockchain. In fact, in Jan 2021, India actually released, the government of India, the Ministry of Electronics and IT, that is Information Technology, it released a document, basically the roadmap of blockchain in India for the next few years. That is a very big thing. That is the third document released by the government of India in as many as 2 years, which is it hasn't released on any other technology, not on AI, not on cybersec, nothing. Blockchain, that's my third document in. And that actually sets the tone for blockchain adoption at the government level. You'll also be very happy to know, Joe, is that we got more than about 80, 90 projects at various stages, blockchain projects, all have emanated over the last 2 years, 2.5 years, 3 years, not more than that. Before that, not too many people knew. Anyways, so we've got a lot of these projects going on, and the government needs a lot of blockchain resources. So one of the things, that's the third thing. So you see the linkages. The first, the resource pool is being created to feed into the corporate sector, the government sector. They are the first three pillars. And my fourth pillar is what I call blockchain for good. We believe that blockchain has the power, and being an institution technology, it has the power to reward, to create a complete economy for people. We tokenize that it can create. And we've done we are doing a lot of research work on how we can bring in blockchain for betterment of the society, of our youth. We need that, and very important, how to even bridge the gender diversity gap with blockchain. And we are actually, I'll share that product with you when I am almost done with it. It's a beautiful product. I would love to share that at some point, and it's still under wraps right now. We're just working on it. Once it's done, we're also using it to help more people get into the education mainstream by rewarding their parents with tokens. So more of the, instead of them sending the kids to, do menial work or work in the farm for a pittance, kids can now go to school. Otherwise, they would never send them to school. So we are incentivizing them by token methodology and using that. So these are my four pillars, IBA's 4 pillars of blockchain, and we envisage this to be there for the next 25 years.
That's great. Yeah. Because my next question was, what's your vision for adoption in India? But I think you've kind of covered it, because it's bottom up and top down, and it's multiple context, and it's. I love it because the whole thing that a lot of, it's not necessarily a mistake, but maybe it's like, say, something that keeps people from moving as quickly with it is when they look at the use cases, which typically are always documented as financial, instead of the capabilities. And like what you mentioned with the education side, that if you can positively affect human behavior without some of the issues that sometimes you get in if a government is sometimes giving vouchers or something else, there's fraud. And with this, you have some mechanisms to track that. You have anti-fraud stuff. That's great. That's really good. I didn't even know about some of those. That's interesting. That's wow. Okay. So yeah, I guess about a blockchain adoption. We could at least ask, as it is, because you've been, like I said, I think something came out about a month ago, and I saw it on somebody tweeted it, and it was a link to a LinkedIn article, and it was like, I didn't even know that you were doing a couple of these things. And so how do you feel, like, say, early stage, how do you feel it's moving, the adoption? Is it right in line? Is it faster than you expected? Is it
yeah, well, I think it's going faster than what I expected, to be very honest. As I just told you, the government released 3 documents that sort of jettisoned the interest. That's one. Of course, the last year during pandemic, Bitcoin did its bit. I'm thanking Bitcoin for bringing blockchain mainstream. Well, it did its part of making people aware that, all right, it's Bitcoin, but what does it run on? What the hell is this technology? And that's where blockchain came in. So then I actually started doing a lot of use cases in India, for example. A lot of use cases started not only in the financial sector. We got a lot of use cases in e-governance now. We got in land records. We have our election commission doing a couple of pilots in the voting space. That's there. Land records and registry, big time. Agriculture produce supply chain on the blockchain, big time. We are seeing a huge surge in the projects now. That also gives an opportunity for people from across the globe, actually, who have great products, great solutions, to actually, look into the Indian market and say, listen, guys, there's an opportunity for everybody, because it's a very, very open market right now. There are not too many players. Because blockchain is a young technology, and it'll take some time for too many players to be there. And it's not exactly a very easy technology either. So it takes time.
Right.
So that's the great thing. So I've seen a surge, not only, and I've seen a surge in the education sector. Well, till about last year, we've been working with 25, 30 institutions. All of a sudden, before June is out, before August, the next term starts, we got almost 100. That's been a huge surge. And the huge surge is in the learning blockchain as well. That's been a big plus for us. So there, government projects, as I told you, almost 90 plus projects now in the government. And in the corporate sector, well, the big boys have woken up, and they all want to ask me what's happening. So, and tell me what's the next thing to do. I'm talking to a lot of big boys now. So yeah, working well.
Wow.
The dragon is woken up here.
Very good, very good. And given that, because this is Dragonchain audience, I mean, how do you feel Dragonchain fits into that big mission? I mean, I know we've touched early stuff was with the academy and things like that, but I have a feeling there's a lot more that's coming, and if so they know what to watch, right? Yeah.
One good thing which has happened in the last 6 to 8 months, I would say, almost every institute of note in India knows Dragonchain.
That's good.
That's one. That's very essential, because why? It's a strategic decision for us also to slowly get people to know that there is a chain. There's another chain. There's something called Dragonchain. What is Dragonchain? Everybody knows the standard ones. Everybody knows, the Ethereums and the Bitcoins and all the other standard ones. Everybody knows those chains. But what they really don't know is that there are many other options, and that's one of the things. One of the reasons I want a larger adoption of Dragonchain in India. That's one. Second, and I'm convinced about it. Otherwise, there are so many different chains. Why Dragonchain? For me, it's not just a nice looking mascot, yes. But beyond the mascot, that's just the superficial thing, yes. But beyond that, there's much more. I believe in a couple of things. When I recently read about the quantum state blockchain, I love that. I love what that can do, especially in a nation such as ours. I can see the impact in the future, and I'm actually going to be pushing for that. That's one. Second, very fast and easy to deploy. I love that part the best. Right. You see, everybody views blockchain as something, I can't do it. It's too difficult.
Right.
But yes, if you sit down, and the academy did work very, very nicely to get people sort out the mind. All right, it's not that bad. I can do it pretty fast. And that brings a second thing. The third thing, and recently when I was talking to Trey and we talked about the NFT things, NFTs getting big in India right now. So then I'd asked Trey, I said, it's a lot of carbon damage. So what do we do? He explained to me how Dragonchain uses loyalty as, for the NFTs rather than, burn more. So I like green aspect of Dragonchain. That's very message for me when I talk to our people, whether it's a corporate, whether even for the students. I want them to be sensitive about the pitfalls or challenges are in the Dragonchain space. This is free. I also feel that a lot of use cases on Dragonchain there are a lot of proven use cases you have. That I feel is a big plus, because now the sandbox in India is open now, right? You can just come and play now. It's plug and play now. And that's the modular aspect, making it really interoperable. It's really cool. I like that. And that's why I work so united with you guys a lot.
That's good. No, that's good. Yeah, because I mean that's the thing. Because when I look at what's going on in India and what I would expect, and I'm sure you do. I'm sure you're seeing it. Even is you have such a huge pool of tech resources, and as they start to, which is what the real goal of that is not that they're tech resources, is when they start really pushing into creating startups that get worldwide adoption. At that point, then you're talking about scalability, because and if they're using blockchain, and that I always see from the beginning, what we built, I always see everything almost as logic building blocks. So if I'm building this type of a system, and I can use some simple things, obviously, but if I turn, whether I have a token or not, if I plug it into another component, then I can affect the human behavior to get people to do the thing where they will really get the value out of the platforms I'm building. And so, just seeing what's going on there, I'm hopeful, and
I know. I just see a matter of time before I see a lot of Dragonchain projects being done in India, for that matter.
Right.
And guys, they've got a beautiful pool. I want to make a resource pool of Dragonchain, certified guys out here, so they can work on some of the projects. They have an opportunity to work on these projects. Also, it's good for everybody. It comes out to be, in my opinion, a win-win for everybody, because we get to do projects, lower the cost, get better ROIs. That's the large picture. But the immediate picture is, I'm getting it branded nicely. I love that, because I want people to understand, and I make them go through the programs. We haven't got a full-fledged pool out here. I think now, by the end of this year, when the colleges institutions are going to open sometime in August, by the end of the year, we'll have more than about almost 1,000 Dragonchain certified guys in India.
So, wow. That's nice. Very good. Good work, Raj. This is awesome. Yeah. Okay, so the last question. What's your goal for 2021 with the IBA, with the India Blockchain Alliance? How far are you going to get? What are you thinking?
Boy, we're going to get really far, that's for sure. I'll tell you something. Recently, about a couple of weeks ago, you might have seen it on LinkedIn. I posted it. We were approached by India's largest marketing outreach firm.
Oh, okay.
It was called, that's Ad Factors PR. In Asia as well. And they with us. We are doing jointly a lot of things to get into mainstream media, in the sense that the media should be aware of blockchain, DeFi, fintech. They should have responsible reporting. Crypto. India's crypto. A lot of it. So it's got to be more blockchain, more fintech. And with this outreach program, we are actually creating different corridors, country corridors, knowledge corridors. Having, I would have you guys be part of that, and we create a corridor for awareness. One is awareness building, yes. The other is opportunities, linking awareness, talent, and then opportunities. That's one. So along with them, we're also doing a lot of spotlights on people, on technologies, on adoption, real stories of blockchain adoption in India, outside India. So we get a wealth of knowledge together. I'm not talking crypto only. We're also doing crypto separately. We are actually saying, well, listen, guys, that's a great subject. Yes, I'm not going to deny that. It's a very popular subject. But we also got to talk about something beyond that. So that's what we're doing. We're actually, putting the wheat in the chaff, sifting it basically, so that people get to know that's the difference. All right, I like this. I'll still go here. I don't want to get into the crypto. Fine. But at least be better informed. So But this has been good, and the partnership will be good. Will basically fast forward our journey, which we thought would take us a few more years, but it'll actually fast forward over the next year or so, because now in 2021, we've already become the largest think tank in the nation. That's a big plus for us. So we have the best partners, we have the best brains inside, we have a great team. That's one. So one of the things, TikTok the box right away before 2021 is over. That's been TikTok. We wanted to be one. Now we are already. So that's one. The second thing, we wanted to make an impact from a government perspective. So I told you we are already there now. And of course, that's the beginning. That's the first step. The journey is very long. We understand, as we say, as you know, the woods are only dark and deep. Yes, and we will keep the promises. That's for sure. So we are reaching there. We are also seeing large-scale adoption of learning in blockchain, and that's going to be one of the biggest things for India's future. The learning bit, the learning block, as I say, that's going to be very critical. We want to be the provider of choice when we talk in India. We are already speaking. In fact, a lot of universities are now taking our services for designing programs in blockchain and fintech, and that's been never happened before. That's why I also see lots more people joining mainstream blockchain courses, etc. That's going to be a next 2021-22 thing. That's for sure. I can see that. I've already finished a couple of projects. I'm doing more. And we wanted actually by 2022 to get into the school sector. But I think this year, 2021, we'll get into the schools much earlier. So that's been a good. All kids want to know about crypto. That's for sure. And then they should also know that, because they should not go around spending their dad's money on buying crypto without knowing what the hell they're actually doing. So I tell them, learn to swim before you dive into the sea, guys. So that's what we're teaching. And so that's my vision for 2021, making an impact in all the 4 pillars which I spoke about: institutional, corporate, startup, government, and then, as I said, blockchain for good, for which we've started this little initiative of ours. Is called Global Blockchain Women Alliance, GBWA. That's part of our initiative of bringing in more women into mainstream blockchain. And that's been a very big success as well within the nation. We're now going to see how we can spread our wings outside as well. But this already started. So the ball has started rolling. Now it's just to see where it stops now. Right now, I don't see it. I don't see the tunnel light right now. As far as we're still in the tunnel. We're enjoying that ride inside the tunnel. We'll wait for it. When we come out, we'll enjoy it even more. But till then, let's enjoy the journey.
Right. And I think that's brilliant. I actually think that, once adoption hits, I mean, it's a worldwide thing, that you combine crypto with adoption, and it's explosive because you'll get more attention. And everything else. So, but adoption is the thing that's really needed. Yeah, crypto alone it's great and it's fun and it's interesting, but it's just a speculative thing. So, when you add the reality of it, it's amazing. Yeah. So, okay. So, So tell us how people can keep up to date with what you're doing, so they don't miss anything. Where should they go?
Sure, you can have a look at my website. It's www.indiablockchainalliance.org. That's one. You can go on my LinkedIn page. We have an India Blockchain Alliance page. You can follow that. I believe in the organic following. I don't believe in paying for getting followers. I believe those who are interested will come over. I believe that. So that's one. That's next. You can we are also on Facebook as India Blockchain Alliance, but we're more active on LinkedIn because we have the better audience on the LinkedIn. Facebook is a lot of everything. I get too many spam crypto messages that I don't like, but anyways, that's fine. I also get to know what's happening in the world, including the scams. So that's one. It's good to be It's good to be aware. And also, and that's me. And of course, anybody wants to reach out, Joe Dragon is there, and Trade Dragon. There are 2 dragons in the USA who know where I am. They have my number. They have my email ID. Reach out to me, guys, anytime. I always love to reach out with all communities, especially guys who are in this space. We're also now. There's going to be 2 big announcements coming at Joe in the next maybe 10 days. Look out for them on LinkedIn. I won't give it up right now.
This is good. That's the way to do it. All right. Well, thanks for being on. This was a really good conversation. So we'll have you back. I'm going to see after we're back, I'm going to see if you can stick around. I'm going to see if we can get you on Thursday as well. So for the roundtable, but that's another matter. We'll see. I'll find out then. So everybody, watch us again next week, next Tuesday. Super Happy Dragon Lucky. Also watch the World Blockchain Roundtable this Thursday, and go to Den.Social, the World Blockchain Roundtable there, and leave a question or a topic, and please do vote, so that we can organize, what we cover on that show. Also, follow Dragonchain Gang, follow Real Denizens and me, Jojo Rowe, and like, comment, subscribe, share, all of the things. And we'll see you next week. Thanks so much. Thanks, Raj.
Thank you. Take care.
Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best.
Adaptable, all capital, label radical yet rational. Adaptable approach is palpable if this animal is fallible, but that conclusion is laughable. So with for all detachable from the mandible, you see it now.